Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you a really old sketchbook that I have never actually finished. I've been really bad about sketching lately, so I've kind of been neglecting my sketchbook, and because of that I never showed this to you guys, so I wanted to show you my sketchbook. Right off the bat, these are actually stickers that I designed myself and got them printed. I still really like them. They're really old, and my style for like this kind of cartoony stuff has changed quite a bit, but I really like how these came out, so I just slapped them on my sketchbook. Alright, so page one, I always like to start new sketchbooks with a self-portrait because I often get that first page anxiety, and I'm like, oh no, what do I draw? It has to be perfect. But something I know really well is my face, and I do a lot of self-portraits anyway, so I just start off with a self-portrait. And you guys can see I started this November 17th, 2016, so it's like a year and a half ago. I think this is the longest it's taken me to draw, or like fill up a sketchbook. Yeah, I've been bad. Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook. I started drawing this right after I got Pokemon. And I had to draw my character, because you can customize your character in this one with her buds and all the little Pokemons and my precious baby. I just love this design so much. Like, she's such a pretty Pokemon, and I love her. So yeah, the next page is actually... Sorry, my cat was doing something stupid. This next page is actually concept work for one of the YouTube Artist Collective pieces. I think it was for Ice Fantasy. But yeah, so I was just kind of like playing with different color schemes and kind of fleshing out an idea. I drew a jackalope because I wanted to have a jackalope in the final design. And yeah, that's kind of like a behind the scenes of how I go about fleshing out a concept, I guess. Okay, I actually have a vlog where I drew this. Near one of my favorite climbing spots, there's this beautiful natural meadow, and rant real quick. There are clearly signs that state don't step on the meadow because you'll destroy it, and people always just go tromping along it. There's like photographers taking pictures of models in it, and they just are ruining the beautiful meadow. So I was inspired to draw this. You see it's like a very pretty girl. She's like supposed to be a model, and then she's just like pouring pure grossness all over the beautiful meadow, and that's just, I had to get my feelings out, guys, because I already told people, hey, don't step in the meadow, and then I walked away and they came back and they were still in the meadow, and I was just like, ugh. Anyway, moving on. This was obviously right after I saw Moana. I loved it. I cried. I still cry. Anytime I listen to How Far I'll Go, I start sobbing uncontrollably, and of course I had to draw Hey Hey because he's my favorite character in the whole movie. Yeah, I connect with Hey Hey on a spiritual level, and I was super proud of this hair too, because Moana's hair is so dense. So I was really proud that I was kind of how do words, guys? I was proud that I could convey that density in her hair with this piece. Okay, this I was going through a hard time drawing. I was not quite in like a huge art block, but I was just kind of frustrated. So this is just a face. I actually drew this on Christmas. I don't know if you guys have seen this little dinosaur guy around Christmas time, but that's him. He's cute. He says like Merry Christmas. And it's like an inside joke between me and my husband. Yeah. Anyway, this is a winter fairy that I wanted to draw, just a quick little doodle. This is a model I found on Instagram, and I will have to link her and the photographer below because I didn't write it down, which was very bad of me. I should have written it down, so sorry, guys. Okay, see, you can kind of see more of that frustration. I was just kind of like extremely frustrated with art during this time, so I just kind of did another self-portrait of me looking tired. That's how I look most of the time, by the way. Just another quick doodle. This is some more concept sketches for the next artist collective, so you guys can see, like, there's usually 2 months between artist collective pieces, and I only did like 4 pages between 2 months, so yeah, usually I do a lot more, but like I said, rough time. Okay. This, oh my gosh, this was inspired by a video game. I will have to put the name like up here because I completely forgot the name, but it's a horror game and it has such a cool aesthetic. Like, it looks innocent and sweet. It's like a cartoony style, but it is such a horrifying game, and I watched an entire playthrough of it and I loved it. And yeah, anyway, it's supposed to be kind of like just inspired by the character design. This right there is kind of inspired how I was feeling health-wise. There's supposed to be like a body, and then the roots of the lungs kind of grow into a tree. Yeah, I thought that was a cool design. I may actually come back and revisit that. Here I was working on portraits because this was around the same time I released that how to draw a face video. And I kept getting comments like, your profiles suck and you need to improve your profiles. And I was like, you know what? You're right, I do. So yeah, that was just me practicing profiles. Okay, this, you guys can hardly see it, I know, and I'm sorry, but it's actually a part of a project that I do want to revisit. I don't want to give too much away, so I'm just going to skip the next few pages. This right here is actually a tattoo design that I want. My whole family, we're getting tattoos that match, and we're getting the Delta sign F508. Everyone's getting this, but everyone's getting like slightly different versions of it. And what this is with cystic fibrosis, everyone has like a different mutation of their certain genes, and the mutation that my brother and I have is called Delta F508. So that's kind of like symbolizing our illness. And of course, I just kind of drew cool stuff around it. And then the rose, when you are a kid and they tell you you have cystic fibrosis, a lot of kids can't pronounce cystic fibrosis, so they tell us to call it 65 roses. So roses have kind of become like a symbol of CF as well. So yeah, I really want this someday. I need to find an artist who does really well stippling. Have not found that artist yet. So yeah, I'm on the lookout. This was right after Paramore released their single Hard Times. They actually have the whole album out now, of course, called After Laughter, which was amazing, and I love it. But I heard Hard Times, and it had this, like, almost like a 90s pop kind of feel to it, and I was really, really digging it. So, yeah, I just drew this, and that is supposed to be Hayley Williams from the music video, so yeah. For those of you who don't know, Paramore is one of my favorite bands of all times. Okay, this is a fairy in a teacup. I really, really love this, and I want to do a series of fairies in teacups. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I keep honestly forgetting about it. But I really, really like these two designs. I think they're so cute. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to come back and revisit fairies chilling in teacups. This is a gouache painting. I was practicing with gouache and trying to get different values and stuff. The picture I referenced this, also you can see, ooh, I'll have it in the description below, but I do have the photographer and the model for this one. But her hair was pulled back, and I tried to draw her hair pulled back, and it turned out really weird, so I just covered it all with black. And it's my sketchbook, so I can do that. Here's more concepting for the YouTube Artist Collective. This was for the underwater world theme, and I did that bioluminescent jellyfish, so I was just playing around with different gouache techniques, and I actually I did a lot more out of the sketchbook because I filled up quite a few pages, and I didn't want like 5 pages to be of this. This was after I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Mantis is like my favorite character in that movie. I think she is just so pure and hilarious, and I love her so much. This is Hermione. I do not like this drawing at all. But I don't think I actually sketched this with pencil first, or if I did, it was like really loose. So that's mostly just kind of me freehanding it, and that's probably why it didn't turn out that great. Okay. This was actually for MerMay, I believe. Yeah, MerMay the 19th. And it's just a mermaid in a moon, chillaxing. Nothing really super special. And then this was for Junicorn. So another like month skip between these two. This was a character I made. Her name is Tabitha, and she is a killer unicorn. And I really like her, and I need to draw her more, especially since it's June now. Oh, June is almost over. Guys, time is an illusion. Oh my god. Okay. These are just some witch sketches that I did. Hope you guys can kind of see them. I know it's super light. But just witches in the summer. I really like this one a lot. I love how her body turned out. And she has like a little hermit crab pet. I think that's really, really cute. These are some flowers that I got from my engagement bouquet. This was around when I was getting married. So yeah, I just wanted to study the flowers a bit because they were really, really, really pretty. And I didn't quite capture them how I wanted to, so I got to do more, more flower studies. Okay, this spread, oh gosh, I know it's light. I am so sorry, guys. I sketch really light, which is why I don't make a lot of sketching videos. But anyway, this is for another YouTube artist collective piece. This was for the Zodiac, and I wanted to design a satyr character. So that's what she is. I was just kind of getting down her like body shape and her facial features, and I had a lot of fun just designing this character. And then this page are just different poses. I was trying to figure out like how I wanted to place her in the painting, so I just drew like a bunch of different quick references of people holding bows because I wanted her to be holding a bow, and this is the one I ultimately went with. Okay, this, I say okay, like every time I flip the page, I am so sorry. This is actually, we were at the beach and I did a quick environment study, and as you guys can tell, I'm not great at environment studies. I have to do a lot more. So I actually kind of gave up and was frustrated with this, and I was just like, yeah, I'll finish it later, and then I never went back and finished it. So anyway, this is a Splatoon character because I just got Splatoon when I drew this, and I love that game so much. Like, I usually hate competitive games. Like, I don't care for Overwatch, I don't care for even most first-person shooters. I just don't, they're not my jam. However, get me in front of Splatoon and I will wreck anyone. Not to say that I'm like great, but I just get into that like competitive mentality for some reason when I play Splatoon. But yeah, I love it. So I just wanted to draw a little inkling girl because they're really freaking cute. This is color swatches for the Arteza watercolor pens, and this is some swatches for the Schminke watercolors that I have. And yeah, this is just a vent doodle. I do like this concept though. I may revisit this concept because I like how she has like flowers growing out of her neck and her head is kind of like detached. I really, really like that, so I think I'll revisit that eventually. These are some faces that I drew while I was sitting in a cafe. I like to draw people without them realizing that I'm drawing them, which can be really awkward. But yeah, I just wanted to get like different faces, like different facial features and structures, and I don't think these are necessarily that good, but they were practice, so. And then this, I was actually doing, it wasn't quite a figure drawing class, it was more just like, they set up a scene at the front of the cafe and then told you to draw it, and then the model would like change poses like every few minutes. So I was just drawing her. The theme was like boss lady, which I thought was really cool. Like at one point she wrote equal pay on a notepad and like furiously tapped it and just sat up there with it. So that was really cool. But yeah. I actually have a video for this. It's called Make Bad Art because I don't like how this turned out. I thought it turned out really bad. But sometimes you just have to get the bad out of your system because I do like how this one turned out. So, you know, it equals out. But these are supposed to be Animal Crossing characters, 2 villagers that I have in my pocket camp game, and I cannot remember their names. This is Cherry. This is Cherry, and this is Goldie. Haha, I did remember their names. Anyway, moving on. And I thought they'd be like best friends, because, yeah, because like one's like punk and one's like really sweet, and I thought they'd just be really cute together. So yeah, this is actually a redraw of a self-portrait, so it's kind of a self-portrait, but I don't look like this anymore. But I just wanted to kind of see how my style had progressed, and it changed a lot. I'll put up the original right here. So yeah, that was just kind of like a, let's see how much I've progressed, because I feel really bad about my art lately. And I highly suggest you do that when you feel bad about your art, because you'll see that you have improved, even if you don't feel like it. Okay, this was drawn in December. This was drawn in April, I think. So long time without touching my sketchbook. I also have a video for this. This was when I was talking about taking a break from YouTube, which I really needed, and taking a break from basically everything really helped me just kind of like reset myself. And I feel like I'm kind of entering into a new artistic growth period, which is really nice. So I'm very glad that I took that break. And I just taped this in because it was drawn on toned hand paper, and underneath it is just a quick doodle of a girl with space hair. I did this with actually did all of these with the Arteza watercolor pens, and I really like them because they're so vibrant and they really just kind of make these pages pop. I had gotten back into World of Warcraft, so I wanted to draw my Night Elf Druid character. Her name is Adamanthia, and I really love her. She's my baby. And I like how the trees look in Darnassus, which is one of the cities in World of Warcraft. I know, I am a giant nerd. Continue to make fun of me. But I love how the trees look. They have like a purple base, but also like oranges in there, and I just wanted to kind of draw one of their cool trees. This is Mantis again. I died in, I think it was Infinity War, when she was like, "We kick names, take ass." And I just died, so just her face while she said it too was just hysterical. And this is Shuri from Black Panther, aka basically my favorite Marvel character of all time now. I love her so much, and I want to do like a proper drawing of her, like a proper portrait, but this was just a quick sketch because I had just seen Black Panther, right? Or is Infinity War? Yeah, one of the twos. And this is Aggretsuko. Aggretsuko is on Netflix. It is a show about a cute little red panda who is a sweet and compliant office worker by day, and by night she sings heavy metal. And it is such a mood, guys. Like, honestly, it is one of my favorite things right now. So I had to draw her, and then I kind of drew how she would look as a human. And yeah, I love her, I love the show, and I was just doodling while I was watching it. Okay, so that is it for this sketchbook. I know there wasn't a lot in it, and it covered quite a lot of time, but I am working on a new sketchbook, and I am sketching a lot more than I used to be, so yeah, hopefully I'll have a new sketchbook tour not in a year and a half, hopefully a little bit sooner, but yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!